Alright, I want to talk about 2025's Black Bag by Steven Soderbergh and written by David Kopp, um, who wrote Jurassic Park. I mean, this is an absolutely fantastic film, okay? It's the story of Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett, are a married couple and they're British spies. Now, Black Bag refers to when an agent has been out on a mission and can't talk about it. They have to tell their spouse, Black Bag. Um, it's populated by a bunch of other characters: Marissa Abella, Tom Burke, Naomi Harris, Renee Jean Page, and Pierce Brosnan. Now, Tom Burke leapt out at us in Mank as Orson Welles. For film fans who would have seen Mank, is unforgettable. At least I think that's his name. So, Michael Fassbender plays this super obsessive spy who spied on his dad and is a human lie detector, who's told right at the start of the film that there's five agents. The people I just mentioned are a spy or a rat. And one of them is his wife, and he's to investigate them all in a week. There's a Russian plot that needs to be investigated, and he quickly is on the tail of his wife, which activates the plot really quickly. And it's a crisscrossy spy plot. Now, the acting is first rate, the scenes are provocative, they're human, they're frustrated, and the whole thing seems to be like a metaphor for um, the space between married couples and how women are capable of infidelity as well. And it's very much of its time in that regard because there's a lot of talk about female infidelity or women doing it more. I've seen a spectacular video where Snoop Dogg was asked about infidelity and he's like, why are men bad at it? And he's like, because we don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I giggled because who wants to go see a film that highlights the fact that women are capable of infidelity? So like it rubbed up a lot of people the wrong way. And imagine going to the cinema with your girlfriend speaking as a man and that theme of infidelity is presented right in your lap. We're only human beings, we're capable of relationship anxiety, and therefore people would have enjoyed the film, they would have appreciated it, they definitely respected it. It's first rate acting. Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett are fantastic. Pierce Brosnan looms over the screen, but you're going to leave the screen if you're not a kind of sophisticated film fan with an icky feeling. And when your friend asks you about it, you're going to be like, yeah, it was all right, you know, because it is an emotional medium, and that's why people leave the cinema happy with a happy ending. Artistically, the sad ending, as Orson Welles said, if you want a happy or sad ending, just choose where to end your story. One week we're happy, the next week we're sad. Steven Soderbergh is starting to really, really experiment now. He's made a lot of films, and it's like he's running out of rope on where to put the camera. And he was starting to place the camera in odd positions, and that kind of threw me off as well. And it was his intention, and I'm a film nut, so imagine how the general audience would feel. But I know for a fact, just the absolute steely gaze that Michael Fassbender has and Cate Blanchett, this film will spread wildly at home, going from streamer to streamer over the next years. And it's almost some kind of classic. And some of the dinner table scenes in are absolutely first rate. Um, and they build on each other, and they build and they build. Like it's really good. But just that marvelous subtext that he managed to carve out. And Steven Soderbergh is the kind of director that doesn't care that he'd make the audience uncomfortable. And it does seem strange. He's now doing another Ocean's movie, which means he's obviously just taken on that film and went, F it, I'm doing what I want with it. I'll make the audience uncomfortable. It was cut right down to 94 minutes as well, which I seriously doubt the script was that short, um, because of how uncomfortable it is. It appears to have just made its money back at the box office. No marketing paid back, but it will live on in the new streaming universe, which I'm quite fine with. Although I did see it in the cinema, and I suppose he's going to redeem his commercial career with the new Ocean's movie. Um, Steven Soderbergh is a peculiar director. He's a man of his very much his own precautions. He has one eye in the world, but mostly he's thinking of himself and what he wants to do. A true filmmaker, just always on the grind, always working. Um, there's something really blue collar about that to me. You just got to get up and get to work. He's great, but a fantastic little spy thriller. Don't take the themes too seriously, and just enjoy it.